tools you need to take over the world are internet, great friends, and a great support system.
Sometimes citizen activism comes in unexpected places. Zuri Davis is just 20 years old, and already she is making a difference in Washington, D.C. She already mobilizes her readers on criminal justice reform and other civil liberties issues that she cares about. How did she get there? Believe it or not, Zuri's story starts with an argument on Twitter. When she was told that she couldn't support a political candidate because of her race, because of her gender, Zuri took action and gained the attention of the national news media.
I graduated from college, I moved up to DC, I did an internship, and someone on social media came after me because I had expressed an interest in supporting Rand Paul. He said that because I was Black and a woman, that I couldn't support him because he was a Republican. Someone connected me to my boss on Facebook. They suggested that I write a story about it, so I did. And then other people connected with me through Facebook, like a guy from The Blaze and people from Fox News. That's how they found me.
Rand Paul supporter targeted on social media for supporting him because she is Black.
I think it's sad that for a party that's supposed to be very diverse, when it comes to diversity of thought, the acceptance is just not there. Where are we if we don't have diversity of thought? How are we supposed to have intelligent conversations with each other? And it kind of blew up for a little bit there, and I ended up getting to meet Rand and getting a job out of it. So it was a pretty great weekend.
So getting attacked on Twitter is the best thing that's ever happened. Mm-hmm. Along the way, she's used her new platform to mobilize other activists on the issues she's so passionate about. You are part of the Liberty generation, and it seems like there's so many more young people involved in the Liberty movement and politics generally. Mm-hmm. Why is that happening?
So the great thing about social media is that it allows just about anyone with a Wi-Fi connection to be a part of this global community. And with that, we can take that connectedness and organize big events in a different kind of way that's never really been done before.
It was always the case that young people were the least connected, the least engaged in the democratic process, and now it seems like for the first time, you guys are not only involved, but you're taking over.
Before my time, young people definitely had to work their way up to be a part of the process, but by the time you get there, you're already a couple years older and you kind of miss your prime a little bit. But now, someone like me who's about to be 21, I can be on an equal playing field as someone who's been in the game for a couple of decades.
One of the principles I think that the Liberty movement is passionate about is something that we have in common with the left, which is democracy and giving more people a voice. Mm-hmm. And engaging people. What tools would you use to make sure that government is held accountable?
By having Twitter available at something like a committee hearing, it's really easy to tweet out the things that you see and the things that you hear and share it with people instead of having it have to go through an editing process like the general mainstream media has to do. So it's like an unfiltered version of what people don't see but want to know.
One of the guys that turned you on to politics and particularly sort of liberty republicanism is Rand Paul. Tell me the story about organizing around his filibuster on the Senate floor.
The bulk collection of all Americans' phone records all of the time is a direct violation of the Fourth Amendment.
A friend and I knew ahead of time that he was going to filibuster for privacy rights, and that's something that his colleagues, his Republican colleagues, break on him with. And we wanted to show both them and the Senate Democrats that the people are on the side of privacy, and by extension, Rand Paul's side. So we used social media to reach out to people. We asked them to wear giant Stand With Rand shirts, and then we all met up in a central location and sat in the visitor section of the Senate.
She's gone so far as to recruit victims of mass incarceration, giving them a platform so that their voice is heard as well.
I'd like to give back. There are a lot of personal stories out there that are liberty related. For me, that entails the drug war and criminal justice reform. So I'm starting to use more social media now to bring personal stories to light. I just finished a series at my current job about the effects of the drug war, a personal narrative of a girl who was in college who was threatened with 50 years because of a mandatory minimum sentence after selling marijuana to an undercover officer. It's an issue that hasn't really been touched, and I think that social media can help bring light to it.
Say I'm 20 years old, I don't pay attention to politics. What are the things that I could do to become the next Zuri Davis?
Having internet, just understanding the processes of social media, how to talk to people, and how to take control of a current event. That's going to help people connect with whatever it is you're trying to say. Having great friends, those are the people who are going to support you. They'll be the first ones to share your stuff, and in return, you'll be the first person to share their things, and just having people to lean on really helps. Having a great support system is also important because you'll have mentors who have already done what it is you're trying to do. You'll have people who aren't even interested in what you're trying to do, but they have different perspectives that you wouldn't even consider, and just always trying to stay relevant with how different people understand information or what they care about is important for spreading a message. I would definitely tell the next 20-year-old trying to make a difference with the Liberty Movement to study up on your ideology, and then don't ever be afraid to put yourself out there. That's essentially the only way you're going to make a difference.
All of this, and she's only 20 years old. Zuri's activism is an inspiration for other 20-year-olds who now realize that technology is their megaphone in democracy.